your little arse get its exercise, eh? No man wants a wench whose backside sags no end.
Tell Master Rochester that's what.
Rochester? Well, you mean he's here?
Sure, and he'll be wanting his breakfast soon. You know him, he hates a waiting. So you best be out of me way, Mr. Morgan.
And when you probably off again, the man never stops long enough to clean his boots, that's what. Why do you suppose they bring down this bloody old iron skeleton for? Old Rochester be gone before sundown, I'll wager.
He's a tormented one, that, driven, as they say, from pillar to post.
Let the master be all you know. Doesn't smile much, does he?
Why do you always take old Rochester's part? He's rude and mean, never gets tuppence to any of us.
He's rude and never gets tuppence to any of us. Though we work extra long hours when he comes swooping out on us betimes at some ungodly hour of the night. And I don't see him treating you so special neither, though you be with him all these years. Always roaming back and forth across the globe. He's the prodigal son, that one.
But that's my point, Annie B. Don't you see, darling? The man's more to be pitied than despised. He lives inside an armor suit as real as this fella's. Nay, heavier, and more like a prison than some I've seen with bars.
Why, whatever could you mean, Mr. Morgan? He's as free and healthy a specimen of a man as ever I saw.
Don't you see? All kinds of ills plague the prosperous man. Be hoved, be set, be bound, be damned.
Them is what Providence smiles down on. Them has got substance, the high echelon. Them is so noble as bent with the Queen, the Lords of creation, if you know what I mean. They was born into property, got titles attached. They got all they could want, but there's a wee little
They was born into property, titles attached. They got all they could want, but there's a wee little catch. Prosperity's a virtue, prosperity's a vice. For better or for worse, it's a roll of the dice. Any kind of luck, you're spending round luck. Prosperity's a pin, but it comes with a price.
when much is given, well, you can guess. Now be hell enough to pay if you've got nothing to defray. A little tiny sum to all that come your way. The man upstairs ain't about taking his tax neither. Prosperity is sweet, prosperity is rich. You get a little cash and you carve out your niche. You make it in society, you're riding high. Prosperity's a flush, but there's always a hitch.
What a boon to be born, silver spoon that adorn, food and shelter, simply triviality.
Oh, but I'd rather be neat, traveling light and living free, instead of being weary of life's complexity. Never say that it's right, for the fear that you might wake up conscious by mistakes that you have made. For it will always be true, where much is given, much is due, and the piper must be paid.
There's something told in there, man. Oh, don't say something to get me. He's a ghost, that's what. The ghost of all me along.
Why, yes, we got old Tracy pulled away up there in that third-story vault, so we think it's her making all those strange noises. The ghost that creeps round Thornfield Hall is the same bloody spook that finally comes and gets them all, 'cause there's a skeleton in every closet wall. Just listen! Prosperity is sure to kill you premature. For richer or for poor, you can take my advice. The best of all the worst, my class with double curse. Prosperity's a first with a terrible price.
You're up already, and on your day off, you are an early riser. How do you like Thornfield these few days, my dear?
I like it very much, thank you. Though we've not seen much of Mr. Rochester since I came, does he not like to spend some time occasionally with his daughter?
Daughter? Oh, she's not his daughter, dear. Simply his ward. It was only on my insistence that he finally commissioned me to get a governess for her. He doesn't seem to have much affection for the child.
Oh, I see. But then, in what way does he find himself in the position of keeping her? Is she a niece, perhaps?
I will let him explain that to you himself, my dear. It is unusual to see him here this time of year. Sometimes I don't see or hear from him for months at a time. That's his usual practice. Sometimes he's been gone for a whole year before Adele arrived. Annie, there's dust over here.
But in what order you keep these apartments, Mrs. Fairfax? Just as if they were inhabited daily. Is he a fastidious sort of man?
Well, he has a gentleman's habits, and he expects everything to be arranged in conformity to them. Leah, there's soot on the hearth here.
Do you like him? Is he generally liked?
Oh, my, yes. And his family is very well respected here.
But leaving his family out of the question, is he liked for himself?
Well, I dare say he is rather peculiar. You cannot always tell if he's in jest or earnest, pleased or displeased. You don't thoroughly understand him, at least I don't. Luckily, I don't have much conversation with him.
Do servants live up there?
Oh, goodness no, dear. Nobody sleeps there. In fact, one might almost say if there were a ghost in Thornfield, that would be its haunt.
Indeed. Did you hear that?
Oh, Grace Poole, very likely. Yes, I often hear her laughing. She sews in one of the rooms upstairs. Well, I best be getting back to kitchen. They'll be putting the lamb on 2 spoon, I shouldn't wonder. Annie, I need you upstairs. But leave that for now.
Well, Jane, you're on your own at last. On your own and past the fears of a little girl. The fears of a woman I know is real. Sometimes I can feel. Like clocks ticking away, and the time slips into a way of the silent air. I know is there adventure that's calling me. something, be anything, but don't ever let anyone tell you how you must live your life. You live it exactly as you wish. You must never look behind you. Don't let someone else define you.
I will go my way, bravo, and say whatever my heart tells me to. I will trust in love to guide me. I won't let custom decide who I should be. But dear monsieur,
Not even him. Come minor indiscretion.
Just to let me have expression. We've only one obsession. To be free.
mademoiselle, you are how you say, a wicked girl.
Oh, yes, Adele, we are both very, very wicked indeed. Oh!
I see your predicament, Miss Eyre. Truly, you have much to repent of.
I see your predicament, Miss Eyre. Truly, you have much to repent of.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought
You
that...
thought what? That I was God? And how is it that every household servant knows my business? I don't suppose the new governess will allow me for changing my mind. Yes, there is your what. Now take it to your room and amuse yourself with disemboweling it. And mind you, don't bother me with any of the details of the anatomical process.
Oh, dear, her sample.
Miss Eyre, are you still there? Ah, well, good. Come forward, be seated. It would be intolerable to pass an entire afternoon tete-a-tete with a brat. Do not pull that chair further off, Miss Eyre. Sit down exactly where I placed it. If you please, that is. Confound these civilities. I have examined Adele and found you have taken great pains with her. She's not bright, she has no talent, and yet in a short time she has made much improvement. You examine me, Miss Eyre. Do you think me handsome?
No, sir.
By my word, there is something singular about you.
You examine me, Miss Eyre. You think me handsome?
No.
By my word, there is something singular about you. You rap out of round rejoinder. What do you mean by it?
Why, sir, I was too plain. I ought to have replied that tastes differ, that beauty's of little consequence, or something of that
You
sort.
ought to reply no such thing. But you shall be answerable for it. You interested me that first eventful evening that I met you. I've almost forgotten you since, but tonight it would please me to draw you out. Therefore, speak.
What about, sir?
Whatever the deuce you like. I leave the choice of subject entirely to yourself. You are dumb? Stubborn? Miss Eyre, I beg your pardon. The fact is, once and for all, I don't wish to treat you as an inferior. That is, I claim only such superiority as must result in a century's advance in experience.
I am willing to amuse you if I can, sir.
But then you must agree that I have the right to be a little abrupt, perhaps exacting.
You seem to forget that you pay me £30 a year for receiving your orders.
What, you are my paid subordinate, are you? Well then, on that mercenary ground, will you consent to dispense with a great many conventional forms without thinking that the omission arises from insolence?
I am sure, sir. I should never mistake informality for insolence. One I rather like, the other nothing freeborn would submit to, even for a salary.
Oh, humbug. People will submit to anything for a salary. Therefore, keep to yourself and don't venture on generalities of which you are intensely ignorant.